mercy triumphs over judgment.
Happy Monday!
Good morning, happy Monday, and welcome. Thank you for showing up today with us.
We're just a little late, but we right on time.
Yes, we know that whoever needs this message will see this message. So thank you for joining us, and happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
I'm Stacy Tillman.
Dr. Crisada Gleam Brilliant. Mwah! Happy Monday. We're here.
Happy Monday, and we are delighted.
Purple nails. Love it.
Yeah, mine you can't even tell. I'm not even sure. Delighted to be here with you this morning. We are your faithful mom admins of the Mercy Over Judgment Moms Talk group. So thank you for joining us. Thank you. How was your weekend?
My weekend went pretty fast because I was sick.
Yeah.
I was dragging. Oh my gosh, I was so sick. I'm starting to feel a little better today. Thank the Lord. Y'all know I believe in my Vicks. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about our little remedies. But I was sweating out a cold all weekend. I think since Thursday, I just started dragging. I'm like, you're not going to count me out. Nope. You're not going to totally... I drink too much lemon water for you to totally knock me down. Nope. So it tried to take me down, but there's people that are really getting sick out there. Mm-hmm. So I hope you guys are well.
Yes.
Because I'm better.
And just be on your, ramping up your vitamins, your OJ, your vitamin C, keeping your house sanitized, your hands washing.
Yes.
Like I keep hearing reports of just people dying of the flu, and it's really bad this year. A lot of people have gotten either upper respiratory or whatever it is. So just do what you can to stay healthy and keep your house healthy, guys.
What do y'all think about that flu shot? Did y'all take the flu shot and still get sick, or did not take the flu shot? I am not an advocate of the flu shot. I don't like the flu shot.
I don't like the flu shot, and I didn't take it, and I'm well, and my
neither
household
my
didn't
kids ain't take it neither.
And we're well. And
you had
God
little
willing,
bumps
we'll stay
here
well.
and there.
Yeah, but it wasn't like knockdown
the total
flu.
knockout.
It was just a little. So
not the total knockout.
We have a guest. Say hi. Hi.
Say hi.
Like that.
You said, I'm saying hi to y'all for. I'm saying hi to y'all. What I'm saying hi to y'all for.
He wanted to get here, but then, no. So we wanted to quickly recap last week. We had started a really poignant discussion about, being your own medical advocate.
And y'all were talking, lots of comments all through the week, back and forth, because it was a very serious topic.
Very serious topic, and either on one occasion or another, you guys have each experienced some sort of
medical neglect,
dismissal, feeling like you haven't been heard, feeling like you're on a time frame with your doctor, even though you're paying them, but they're like quickly brushing you out the door.
We were talking specifically surrounding pregnancy.
Yes, we were talking about the mortality rates of birthing mothers and the lack of follow-up care, post-care, and not really knowing what is in the realm of normal. And honestly, they're really we can't even say this is what's normal, because that was the case for Shalon, the woman we spoke about last week. They kept being like, well, you have one outlier, but everything else looks normal. And it's like, what's normal for everybody else is not normal for her. And we individually know our own bodies. That's what we need to assert and be certain of.
That little thing that you're feeling, it's really not right, but you don't really speak up about it because you're like, well, what do I know? I'm not a doctor. No, you need to speak up about that. And then we found out that especially African American women, because we are dealing with these chronic issues on the regular, that we're more susceptible to these diseases, these crises at pregnancy, during pregnancy, after postpartum, and during the delivery.
I know.
It's just what it is.
So there was 2 things that were brought up in the comments. Mind you, we've been having issues seeing your comments during the live show. We've only seen them after we end the live. It's like all of these comments come through.
Which is annoying.
But we're working to see what is happening with that. But some of the comments that we read after the show last week was, that number one, we tend to, because of past experiences or because of honestly conditioning as we were brought up, not try to go to the doctor. Whether it is we fear that we're not going to get the treatment we really want and deserve, or we downplay our symptoms. Like, nah, it can't really be that bad. Just like one of the comments. One of the comments was like, we treat everything, the stomach pain, this stitch in my side, this whatever it is. Oh, it must be gas. Let me drink some ginger ale. Let me have some tea, go lay down. I'll be okay. And one of the comments was beyond hilarious. And it was like, yeah, we were treating my grandmother with ginger ale. Like, all right, you'll feel better after you drink some ginger ale. Turns out she was having a heart attack. Like, what? Like, OMG.
Yes, Lois, we heard your comment. We saw your comment. That's what we do. I know, I've done it.
Yes.
Then I had to be rushed with appendicitis. Wow. It's just what it is.
I know.
But we need to stop. We need to stop because it's something. But there are some really bad cascades. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it gets really intense. So I guess that's part of our ruling out. But we can't just sit on it after we've ruled out that no, it's still very intense. Mm-hmm. Might not be gas. We need to move on to the next thing.
Right.
The other thing was if you have these experiences with the doctor where you feel totally dismissed. I don't know what he's doing. You feel totally dismissed and ignored, and you don't just give up on going to the doctor completely. You want to change your doctor. Mm-hmm. You want to look into, going on Facebook is a perfect place. But speaking to people around you,
yeah, like in our group,
yeah,
post for recommendations. Exactly. Because that's a common thing that they found. Okay, they've experienced a bad visit to the doctor where, the doctor just wasn't listening to them, and it turns out they were really sick, and something, painful like that happens, and then we just close off going to the doctor. Like, they ain't listening to me anyway. I'll be all right by myself. If worse comes to worse, I'll go to the emergency room. Mm-hmm. So we skip any follow-up. We skip any maintenance appointments. We skip all of that just from that fear and just from that not having to experience that bad thing. But it's like, number one, the doctor is there for you, right? So if they don't realize that, like, even if they're like, seem like they're pressed for time, which right. a lot of people tend to have that, like, you're on my time. Sit there with them. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to hold you up for a bit. I have certain questions. It's your right. Seriously, you pay insurance, you pay for the time with them. Ask these questions you need. Make sure, honestly, yes, try to write down questions beforehand or whatever, but make sure they fully get answered, not brushed off. And if after that appointment you still feel like, okay, there were things not brushed, like not answered, you have options. We are in such a great time. Like, let's say you have insurance, whatever your coverage is, you have options to go seek other doctors. Let's not hold it like, oh, well, this is the doctor I've always gone to, and it, they treat my brother, they've treated my mom, like, but they might not be right for you.
But it takes work and time to, I don't got no time to be sitting there calling all these doctors and trying to find a new appointment. Because just getting an appointment with the doctor is work.
Yep.
You have to call. She's busy telling you, hold please, hold please, hold please, hold please. And then you have to answer these questions. Can you have the card number? Can you da-da-da-da? And that's when you found a second in your day to remember to do it and then to do it. Are we getting a comment?
Yeah. We got a comment. Thank you.
Yes, the comments are coming through. Sorry. So, even though it seems work,
I think that might be a message.
We still have to push ourselves.
We still have to push ourselves. The other thing is the fact that it's not a seamless process. It's not like, okay, we have this concern, our current doctor is not working, we're seeking another doctor, and it's like you go to this new doctor, they give you the initial visit, so you know nothing's happening in that initial visit. It's so frustrating, and then it's just for you to stay on top of it, because we do this for our kids. We do this for our kids without a second guessing, without sighing. We're just like, okay, that visit, book the other one. That visit, okay, these questions. Like, we're on it for our kids. But then it's just like, for ourselves, who has time?
Who has time for that? I ain't doing it.
Who's going to have time for you if you don't?
But if we're not healthy, then what can we do for our kids? We're useless to our children.
That's true.
So the thing that I wanted to bring up was my entire dissertation was about what the relationship is between the woman and her doctor, and if that relationship then says whether she's screened for postpartum depression. So if you feel like your doctor really cares about you, he's asking me extra questions, then now you feel more comfortable to say, you know what, I have been crying a lot, and I have been feeling this, but you're like, any questions? You know, they just, you know, they don't really want to hear your questions. At the end of it, they know they're supposed to say, do you have any questions? And they're like halfway out the door. Any more questions? You're like, oh, no, I guess not. I guess I'm fine. I'm healthy. I'm here. I got to the appointment. I've been able to get up, breastfeed, change. I did all of that, so I guess I'm all right. And a lot of times you're not all right. So yes, my study did prove that if you feel like there's some kind of connection that your doctor really cares, then you will give more information. If not, you just like totally shut down. You totally shut down, and you're just like, you know what, I guess I'm going to have to deal with these things. We got to deal with these problems anyway. I'm a woman. I had a baby. People going to think I'm crazy anyway. I'm not strong. I'm not going to be considered strong if I'm going to be looked at as weak. If I start complaining about, you know, I'm crying, I'm exhausted, I don't feel like I'm a good mother, I'm just feeling like hopeless, I'm feeling completely overwhelmed. If you start saying that you're experiencing these feelings, then something is really wrong with you. But if you feel close enough to your doctor, then you will do that. So what we're saying is, feel close or not.
Yeah, it has to happen. Because you're talking about the former medical model, which, mind you, is long gone with the big business and insurance and just the increase of population. The former medical model was house visits. You knew your local doctor. He knew your family. You knew his family. He came by and would check on you occasionally. If he hadn't seen you for a while, he would actually come check. Like, you personally knew your doctor. That is not the case in our society anymore. So we have them. We have to find first one that we are comfortable with, no matter what it is. We have them for this limited time, no matter if we realize that we're supposed to, you know, pull on them and ask them these questions. If we're not comfortable, we're not gonna. And that's just humanity. Like, that's what it is. So if you're not comfortable, keep searching until you find a doctor that you're comfortable with, especially us women. Like, we sit there, we have to do these gynecological visits. Oh my gosh, that level of comfort, because this is uncomfortable. There's no way you slice it. It's uncomfortable. So I need to at least have some kind of trust, comfort level with this person that I'm going to let into this private area. And if that's not there, like, we're not gonna, you know. So search out somebody that you are on a base level comfortable with, and then try to build that relationship if you can. And then, yes, ask those questions. We have to ask those questions. We have to speak up for ourselves. And that's what we're like, you have to be your own advocate. Don't sit there and downplay it. I really wish you would have found that commercial.
I know.
We'll keep looking for it. Hopefully we'll post it this week.
Maybe you guys have seen it. This commercial, this girl goes to the doctor, and like her other self, like her consciousness behind her, and she's like, the doctor's like, so how you feeling? When you complain, she's like, yeah, a few pains. And her other self is like, what? Tell her about the stabbing pain that you're feeling in your stomach. Are you kidding me? Tell her. And she's like, I mean, it's, you know. And so eventually she starts saying, well, yes, I have been being very uncomfortable. But she really wasn't willing to just
say it out loud.
Say it. All of what, like, you're already here. Might as well say exactly what you've been going through. And you're just like, well, if she doesn't see anything wrong, then I guess
It's all right.
I guess I'm all right. No. You
No.
have to say exactly what else you're feeling, because then they could probably do further testing. And I know it's difficult. I know. Because sometimes they don't do. You listen to these people like us, and you're like, when I went to my doctor, she didn't offer me nothing. So you have to keep trying and researching and looking. It takes work, but it's so worth it because our lives literally depend on it.
Literally.
So why not? Why not? You have to.
And we tend to put too much like onus on these doctors. Like, well, if they didn't find anything, but you haven't been here in 6 months or a year, how are they supposed to know all that happened in between that time? They're just going from this visit and how they see you. So you put on your makeup, you come into this doctor's office all fresh and nice, and you're looking up. You're looking healthy, and then they don't really know where to even aim their examination.
They're solely going off of what you tell them.
Yes.
It's
so
your information.
Provide all the information.
Yes. Like what it stumps me every time that, are you really going by my knowledge of when I got my period and when it ended? Because sometimes I'm taking record of it. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's in the beginning of the month. Sometimes I'll switch up.
That's such a good point, because I never even, when I was younger, I had no idea I was supposed to keep track of this. I really wish when I started having my period, somebody taught me, like, you're supposed to count your ovulation cycles. You're supposed to blah, blah, blah. Because then I wouldn't have been quick to be like, well, I don't know how to regulate this thing that's happening with my body, so medicate me. Give me some birth control. Give me something. But it's like, no, if you track your cycles, you can regulate yourself. You know, simple education of learning about your body.
Yourself, right.
You know,
so
how it works, what to expect, what's happening. And I'm like, now I know for myself, so I know that something I'm going to definitely implement with my daughter and make it clear, you know. But I really wish that was told. So yes, once you start to know your body, know your cycles, know what's happening on a regular basis, you can tell when something's out of the norm. And then pull the trigger. Don't wait. Pull the trigger, call the doctor, go to the hospital, whatever you need to do, and get to the bottom of it.
I have another confession. I'm sorry. We all in this together. It's not like we're
no
the
judgment.
experts.
No judgment.
We're doing all great over here. So, oh my gosh, I did my mammogram, and so they're like, you have really dense breasts, and so you have to come back. You have to get some. I'm just like, she don't have no clue what it took for me
to get here.
And sit through all of that, squeezing.
I'm looking forward to that.
What? I was like, okay. Haven't been back yet.
Girl. Thank you. See, the point of this, that was brought to light. You wasn't even thinking about it, I guarantee, until today.
I gotta get my life together.
Yeah.
I think about it. It's in the back of my head. But when I think, I'm like, make that appointment.
Yeah.
Go over there. Da, da, da. So now I think it's like too long that I've waited. So I think I'm going to have to get
redo it again.
Regular one again for her to tell me that I have dense breasts again for me to get
the follow-up after. The test after that. See what happens?
Yes.
I'm not even gonna talk
I
about
have to do it. And then talk about like my insurance got changed and what they gotta cover and the doctor and where, like, oh my God. Like, it's a lot and it's annoying. Plus you have to keep up with your kids and their one son has sunglasses. One son has glasses. Both of their dentists. Their regular checkups, plus every other, this one's sick, this one's that, and now, I got allergy to deal with.
But this is the perfect time. Start of a new year, you get your new insurance cards or whatever it is, and take a day or two, make it a point let's make it a point this week, because now I'm feeding off this energy. I'll confess mine. Ever since I had my last son, I just didn't like my OB, so I was never able to find another OB. And that's that. Mm-hmm. So I've been...
She doesn't want to drive too far.
Regulating myself.
I found this person. I've been finding out. She's like, all the way over there.
Yep. It's like, who got time to be sitting for an hour in traffic? You know my schedule? Do you know my life right now? Like, I have limited time.
Next month.
Yeah. So it's been like 2 years. And I need to find a new gyno that I'm comfortable with and that will support how I choose to live.
It's work.
So I think I'm
necessary.
definitely gonna do my research and find
Again.
someone that's, in a reasonable distance. Half hour,
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll be willing to drive this time around. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are my disclaimers. Like, I don't want to go too far. I want a woman. I want, somebody relatable. I want all
somebody
these
that's
things.
like not just some holistic.
Yes. Midwife, sort of. That's what I mean by relatable. Like, somebody who's, not just by the book, has to be regimented, insurance covered, blah, blah, blah.
Or it's always with birth control solves every issue.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
If you push any more
come
pills
here one more time
in
and you
my
tell me
face.
about some damn birth control, I'm going to scream.
Yeah. It's like, well, you never know. I know.
I know
I
that I
got it.
have a lot of clients that at the end of the day, of all the depression and anxiety and the this and the that, it was their birth control.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's
yes.
what I know.
That's why I got off of birth control, was because I had this crazy, my moods were just really up and down, and I had this crazy just level of anger, just underlying anger all the time. And I'm like, I'm not an angry person. And once I was off, I was fine. Perfectly fine. I was just like, this is the nonsense. Tell me I have to be medicated when all I need to do is learn how my body operates.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Same thing happened to me. I was like, I do not need a pill to have an attitude. I can do that all by myself. Why am I feeling this like crazy? What is going on?
Yeah.
Stop the pill? Fine.
Yes. I felt
Fine.
so much better. Like, so much even more even-tempered, just leveled. I was like, that's crazy that I was just taking this pill because they said I had to, while it was causing me to have this just more upset experience in my day-to-day life. Like, who wants to live like that?
All right, let's get focused. We're
Yeah.
not going to be here confessing by ourselves.
I know.
Confess below on what you need to work on. We're doing
What are
it
you
this
lacking?
week. We're making appointments this
Yes.
week.
Right. Call your insurance.
Yes.
Start with that. Start with your insurance. Have them recommend somebody in your area.
Yes.
Somebody,
Sometimes they'll send you the text of who's in your area.
send it
and
to
all
your
that stuff.
email and you'll just call the numbers. It's easier than it used to be. I'll say that.
Yes.
It's easier than it used to be. So let go of what happened last time or how long it took. It's going to be faster this time.
But
I
she's
trust.
absolutely right. Go through the insurance route first. You're not spending a bunch of time. Do you take the insurance? Do you take my insurance? Do you take my insurance?
Mm-hmm.
Go through the insurance. Tell them, the radius of how far you're willing to go. They will send you, or you could go online and
do
punch
it
that
that
all
way.
in. And then then you just start calling on the list. And then you'll go there, you'll assess whether you like these people or not. Because if we keep just looking, because this is what I do. I just go on their Facebook page, I go on their thing, I look, I see.
There we go.
No, I check these comments. And then that's like a month
my
past again. So just go. And then if you don't like it, we'll move on to the next one. That's
Yep.
what I'm going to do.
Yep. But that is the goal for this week. That is our action plan. We're doing it. We're urging you to do it. That is what we're telling you to do this week. So jump on
And
and
some
definitely,
of you that are really on point, because there's a lot of y'all on here that
I
are
know.
very on point with the appointment, encourage us. Tell us your little tricks of what you do on how to just keep this thing going, not making it a big deal, because we're making it a production. So what do
because
you
it's a
do?
block. It's a block that
Yes.
we ran up against, and now we're like, I don't know what to
Yeah.
do with this.
No. Some of y'all are just
Yeah.
on it. Help us out on how to get on it, because this is our life we're talking about. Like, this is real life. You don't want to just end up going to the doctor and it's like, oh, I feel a lump. No. No.
Yeah.
No.
And we're not only going to the doctor when there's a crisis. People.
Right.
Like, there's so much before that could have saved you from the crisis. So that's what we're aiming to do. Put these things in place. Have your regular doctor, have your OB already preset, not that you're searching for somebody. So let's make that happen before the end of this month, to situate those things in our back pocket and then, go forward.
And it's not, I know we're closing up, but it's not always so black and white. Like, my
Yeah.
OB like she would have me in tears because I just felt like she was so abrupt and so sharp. And then my mother sat me down. She was like, "But do you feel like she knows what she's doing? When you're with her, do you feel comfortable?" I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "Well." Don't you think that outweighs this right now?
I'm like, both. Can I have both?
Absolutely. But at that point, I ain't had time to be running up and down. You're pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have time to be running up and down. You want to just make sure, because I was like in a crisis situation.
Yeah, that was good.
You want to make sure that you're being taken care of. And when they were like, "Oh, this is Dr. C patient," everybody was getting on it. I was like, "Oh, no. I'm staying with her." Because when you see people start scrambling when they find out whose patient you are, that's where you want to be. So that doesn't mean that I have to stay with her, though. I like after I had the baby, I didn't stay with her to be my GYN. So you can use people for different things, like
different seasons of your life, like
exactly.
So you're new now. Maybe time to find a new situation, a new doctor. So yeah, let us know how it all goes and what you find in the comments below, and just let us know if this encouraged you at all and what your experiences are. But that is our action plan for this week, so go out and do, and we will let you know as soon as we've done our homework too. All right, guys, be your own advocate, and we want to wish you guys a happy and stay healthy the rest of the week. All the best.
Keep drinking lots of lemon water. Happy Monday!
Mercy triumphs over judgment.